How many of you heard of the Greensboro protests? I'm sure a lot of you that are in the civil rights movement have heard of the Greensboro protests, or just clap by a show of hands. You've seen the pictures of the protesters at the counters. We know this moment in history. We know what this means. We know a lot about it, but do you actually know how it started, what the impetus was behind that protest? The gentleman's name of the shop owner of that Woolworths where it happened at that counter, his name is Ralph Johns, and he was an Arab American. He was an immigrant. Ralph Johns put everything on the line. He helped organize the protest. He was behind the scenes. He was giving pointers, using his privilege to really help these folks and these individuals at that time move their mission forward, move everything forward, and take on a fight. This is what Ralph Johns did. And because of doing that, Ralph Johns faced a lot of backlash. Let's just say he lost his businesses, his family disowned him, lost his children, and it just completely fell apart. They went after him kind of like the way they're going after now anybody that speaks up on behalf of Palestinians. And this is the tactic. This is the mirror. This is exactly what happens. And Ralph Johns was one of the first non-black members to be elected president of an NAACP chapter, a Syrian immigrant who helped lead that movement in the Greensboro movement as well. That's an important part of history, and kind of how we've been here before, very similar now to what we're seeing happen to those that are speaking up again for Palestine. And about 10 years ago, we created the Ralph Johns Award to present to an attorney, an advocate that takes those positions, that puts everything on the line to defend those, to defend the principles and to defend what's right, regardless of what's going to be coming their way, and regardless of the attacks that they're going to be facing. This year, we're proud to present that award to attorney Amy Greer, who many of you know, many of you got to meet this weekend. Let's hear for Amy as well. Amy is a phenomenal attorney, a phenomenal person. She is incredible. She, of course, is working on Mahmoud Khalil's case, has represented Mahmoud, and Mahmoud is with us as well here. And we thank him for his courage. But Amy has been doing this for years. Amy has been out there taking on the cases, taking on the tough cases that other attorneys are like, well, we don't want to get involved. And that's what we respect about her commitment and her ability to get into the ring, to take on these fights, and to do it in a way that makes us proud, and in a way that makes us proud to call her a partner and somebody that is really important to us, to our community, to our movement. So with that, I want to thank you, Amy. Thank you.
Now we have to scoot over.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to be clear, the people who just stood up here and spoke put their bodies on the line. I'm just doing my job. And I was just crying a lot, so now I'm trying to pull myself together. First thing I want to say is I've been one of the faces that's been out there since March 8th when Mahmoud was taken. But there was another attorney with me up all night, and her name is Kyle Barron. And for her own safety and what she was going through, she couldn't go public at the time. But I share this with her because she was up with me all night. We had been in signal chats for 2 years together defending students at Columbia and Barnard. And I knew she was an immigration habeas attorney, and I called her after I pulled myself together. And without question, she stayed up all night to help 2 people she'd never met in person before. She was also on the phone with an amazing attorney named Alina Das, who was advising us all night long. And so I share this with the 2 of them, and also with the incredible Veronica Salama at the New York Civil Liberties Union, who is holding it down on the habeas case right now. And these women I tell Mahmoud and Noor all the time that you gave an immense sacrifice, but there is a community that has come together of sisters who are working together and sharing this together, and it has been really powerful. But what I want to say also is Marid Barghouti and Aissa Ramallah talked about the dangers of talking or speaking narratives from the place of secondly. That when you start a story in the middle, you lose so much, and it's so easy to blame the victim, blame the people who are being harmed for the harm brought upon them. And so I just want to say that I'm standing here today because our authoritarian and fascist government has chosen to suppress our moral conscience, who are our students in the United States, who are speaking out against a genocide, and who my amazing client has done so courageously and so eloquently and taught me so much in the months we worked together before March 8th and since March 8th, of course, and his incredible wife, who I got to know from March 8th to March 9th on a very expedited schedule. And both of them have been so courageous for far longer than I've been working on this case, and will continue to be long after this case is over. And these cases also didn't start in the last 2 years. This community, the Palestinian community, the Black community, the Brown community, the Indigenous community have been working in solidarity for almost 100 years now for a free Palestine, from the British Mandate into what is now the State of Israel. And I know you know this, but we all stand here on their shoulders today. And I wouldn't be who I am as an attorney without all of those who came before. So thank you, Mahmoud and Noor, for being the most incredible people. Thank you to Alina, to Kyle, and to Veronica, and thank you to all of you, and thank you to our forebears who have made us brave. Courage is contagious. And the last thing I'll say really quickly, a lot of people have been talking about speaking truth to power. The power knows the truth. We've got to speak truth to each other. And then we need to hold power accountable. So let's keep working on that. And in the meantime, lawyers like me, we've got you. Thank you.